Good morning, YouTube. I guess one good thing about this house being a mess and having problems is y'all are getting a bunch of videos that you can watch, and hopefully they're entertaining for you more than they are for me. Don't mind the noise, guys. I'm going to show you and give you a little update on how the bathroom's going. So we got the light hooked up to the fan. It's another thing that we wanted to eventually fix, where we have a separate switch to be able to turn the fan off separately from the light, but will we ever get to that? Probably not. Anyways, here we are, guys. As of right now, guys, we're keeping the mirrors, we're keeping the new lights I already put up. We are keeping this cabinet. We're probably keeping the top. We already have brand spanking new. They're a couple years old now, but they're like new faucets. The cabinet I'm redoing. I'm gonna paint it, and I'm going to sand it down a little bit, paint it. New poles, new hinges. It's going to look great. Possibly, if we stay here long enough, cut the top off, put a new top down, and then put our new faucets back down. The smart thing would be to do, I won't even say smart thing, but I guess the optional thing we could do right now while the bathroom is gutted is just pull this out of here and get a brand new one. The problem with that is, guys, and here, I'm gonna tell you like it is. These cabinets are a breeze to install. Half the time you can already buy them 60 inches. You know, half the battle will be getting it into the house and up the stairs and put in, right? Take the plumbing out, right? Disassemble the plumbing, not hard. It'll have an open back. Push it up against the wall. Secure it probably to the floor with some L brackets. Secure it to the wall. Rehook up the plumbing, call it a day, okay? I don't really want to pay somebody to do that, especially when we're at the top of our budget for this bathroom. It's higher than we wanted it to be, like every other project we do and everybody does. So I already bought the hardware anyways, all the new hinges, all the new poles. You know, you're probably talking $100 in hardware that now I wouldn't be able to use unless I bought a cabinet that don't have hardware, I guess. But yeah, the smart, easy, quick thing for me to do right now would be to pull this cabinet right out and just put a new one in. But I'm trying to save money. In order to buy something this large and long with a double sink, with top and everything, you're probably looking at, for a cheaper one, $400 or $500. And I'm talking probably cheap, and I don't even know if you can get it for that cheap. But I've seen them upwards of $1,000, $1,200. You probably can spend as much as, again, like anything, you can spend as much as you really want to spend, right? But I'm probably looking at least, I would think for something decent with a lot of drawers space, nice top, at least $1,000. Then he would charge $600 to install it. So it's like $600 to install it. Like, that's one thing I will say, guys, I've learned. There are some things that contractors will charge you to install that's a frickin' breeze. They know it is. But people that don't know are like, yeah, that big old thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, install it, right? Right now, guys, I got burning in my right shoulder. It's been burning, guys, for weeks on end. Intermittent. It just burns right below my shoulder blade. I gotta go get it looked at. It's been weeks and weeks now. It just comes and goes. Anyways, guys, so yeah, do research on things. It's like setting a toilet, right? You'll pay a plumber or somebody to set a toilet. Obviously, I'm paying him to set a toilet because he's ripping the whole entire bathroom out, pulling it out, moving it around, setting it down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just, obviously, that's part of the deal. But this cabinet here, to be, if I paint it, put the new poles and hinges on it, sand down the areas, need to kind of sand it down to give it a little bit of a rough surface so I can paint it. I'm not sanding it down to bare wood. I'm just going to sand down the thicker parts of the paint, you know, redefine the lines a little better, scuff it up a bit, clean up where the hinges were, all that good stuff, right? And then quick coat a nice couple coats of white paint. We got some really nice bubble glass poles and some nice chrome hinges. It's going to look great. And the top, once scrubbed down and cleaned up with the new top, with the new faucets we already have installed, I mean, the only really negative to this top is if you really look, you can see it, like in the light. See how it's kind of scratched up? I mean, it's old. This probably, he said he redid it in 15. So it's going on 11, essentially 11 years old. You know, and you got things like this, right? People putting things on it and stuff. I did mention to him, try not to put a lot of his tools up here to scratch this thing all up. I mean, I don't want to scratch it worse than what it is. But overall, when you look at it, don't stare at it too long, it looks okay. It looks pretty decent. It's not going to be perfect. It's not even really the colors we want, but it does have at least some blue and some gray to it, so it don't look too terrible. Like you can kind of see, it's got a little bit of blues, grays. The only thing in it that we don't care for is the brown, but there's not a lot of brown. So luckily, it kind of will work with the chrome, blue, white vibe. So honestly, we're going to save the money. We're, like I said, we're already over budget on this fucking bathroom. Sorry guys, I just stepped on a goddamn nail. I probably shouldn't be walking in here in my bare damn feet. That was my damn fault. He also should make damn sure he's pulling this shit up. Anyways, I just wanted to show you the bath tub and shower is completely gutted. Here's the ductwork that we thought we could not put a closet behind the wall because I was told there was ductwork back here. Well, there is ductwork back here, but it's not where we can't do anything. There's the guy's tools. There's quite a bit of space right here, so there's no reason we can't put in a closet like right here. So, yeah, so with that being said, that's what we got going on inside the walls, guys. So yeah, we're pretty excited. There's going to be a linen. Now when I say closet, it's not going to have a door. It's going to be open. We're doing it as cheap as possible. For $400, he's going to frame it in and give me plywood shelves. So it's going to be very basic, but it's, you know, I can, and obviously walls or whatever. I'm going to get more details what he's going to do. He's not going to drywall it in. Because that'd be a lot more work and costly. I did ask, hey, it's going to look good though, right? It's not going to look like cheaper. He said, no, it's going to look good. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look. I guess I'm going to get more details exactly how it's going to look because, like, how much is more money, right? Can you drywall it in for $200 more? You know what I'm saying? I want it to look decent. But I'm going to make a video today explaining, maybe I'll do it after this one, why, and we are selling the house. How soon, I don't know. I'm meeting with a realtor on Saturday. So with that being said, we're not trying to dump in crazy amounts of money. I am doing things correctly. I'm not going to screw people over like Joel did us. So yeah, we are going to do this correctly. But like adding this shelf, that just adds value. Even if it's not like Wonka jaw with a door and everything like that. But we're going to do every 12 inches, there's going to be like 6 shelves. And that gives us all this space we wouldn't have had for storage, for storing towels. And, you know, probably we're mostly going to use it for towels, right? Towels, hand cloths, washcloths, and then maybe we'll even have a bottom area for like miscellaneous. Eventually, if we did end up staying or whatever, we would probably go ahead and put some kind of a door or something. I don't know. But yeah, I do want to ask him how it's going to necessarily look. It's going to be drywalled, right? It's going to be drywalled up top, coming down the sides, coming down the probably the lip on the bottom. I would imagine he's going to have to board it up, right? He's going to have to enclose it with plywood. So I'm not so sure, and then it's just going to be, you know, shelving with a plywood shelving. If that's the case, if it's all wood and plywood shelving on the inside, okay, I can paint the plywood with a nice primer and then a nice paint. It'd look nice and white and clean. The plywood, I could paint or wrap the pieces of plywood in like a felt paper or decorative paper, and it'll look pretty good, guys. And I don't even mind it being open because it's a bathroom, right? So if it's not going to be full of bottles and clutter, it's going to be nice folded towels, so it's going to look nice. So yeah, I don't mind doing that. So the shower, to keep costs down, we were going to do one nice walk-in shower, but because we're selling the house and it's only a 1.5 bath house, we want to leave the tub, because if we don't put a tub in, I feel like families are not going to, you know, it could be a deal breaker for a family that has a young child that definitely needs a bath. And, you know, they're too big to bathe in the sink like they do a baby, but they're also too, you know, they're still young enough, they take bubble baths and all that, or they want to wash their dog in the tub. You know what I mean? There's still, you know, a lot of people that are going to the walk-in showers. I understand why. We wanted to do the same thing. And in the next house we buy, I would like to do a walk-in shower. You know, obviously we'll wear out whatever's there, and then once it's time, we're going to do a walk-in shower ourselves if it don't already have one. But yeah, again, for resale value, we're going to just do a nice tub, a nice surround that clicks in place. It's a 4-piece, caulkless, blah, blah, blah. It has instead of a bunch of shelving that kind of takes up space and kind of makes you feel enclosed, ours is going to have a cutout, 5 feet long, cutout, recessed 1 piece in that's, you know, molded into it, and it's going to have a shelf, 1 5-foot long shelf, about 3.5, almost 4-inch deep, so you can put tall bottles, you can put all your stuff right there that you need. Plus, we'll still have the hanger that'll hang off the shower head, you know, so there'll be plenty of space. I gotta get out of here, guys, because it's like dusty. There'll be plenty of space to put your things without it looking cluttered or having, you know, 5 shelves built that are sticking out, that stick out towards you that you got to scrub down and clean. So now with that being said, I did have thoughts of going to Menards, because Home Depot, what I had to buy that actually had good reviews, not a lot of them, guys, just a few, so it must be like a newer product. But the few that it's got, the couple that it has, it's got a 5-star rating. I'm kind of going on a bit of a whim buying this thing. I'm hoping that it continues to get 5 stars from me and other people, and it's a good product, because I didn't realize how many tubs are out there. They're all plastic, they're all acrylic, unless you know, spend big money and buy another porcelain steel one. And even one of the cheaper porcelain steel ones was getting people reviewing it that it's rusting after a year. It's like, they just don't make shit like they used to, guys. And the tub that we pulled out, that I put money into getting cleaned up and getting fixed and thought we were good until we found rot, could I kept that tub? It was an option, guys. The problem is, when I cut the liner out, I put lines in it. They were superficial lines, but they were still lines. It made the tub look kind of crappy. Not bad if we were staying here. I wouldn't care. I'd have left it and had it sprayed, which would have sort of filled in those lines a little bit more and at least made it look better. But because we're selling, I don't want to, you know, even though most people won't realize that this is the better tub. This is a steel tub from the 70s. A tub guy told me that tub will last another 20 years the way it is. Keep it clean, it'll last 20 more years. It killed me to get rid of it, guys, because it's just another legacy product that's built right, that's no longer going to be around. It's going to be in the dumpster. And now, guess what? We're going to be another house with another cheap-ass acrylic plastic tub. Will you get 10 years out of it? Who the hell knows? I guess I don't really care. It's not going to be my problem, but at least I'm giving somebody a good start and a fresh start and a good bathroom to work with when we do sell. So we are doing it right. I can't control products and how they are, right? I also am not going to drop in a $1,000 tub by itself. The total surround that we got plus the acrylic tub, all that goes together, was a little over $1,000 with tax. Like, it was $955 plus tax. I think it was like $1,013 or something. So a decent little investment. Not super cheap, right? I could have bought a $219 tub that would be fine for what we're trying to do, and probably throw the cheapest liner in. I probably could have got away with spending $700. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do want something that seems decent. That not only for ourselves while we're here, but for the new people that come in, they don't feel like we just, threw in a handyman special kind of crap just to get by. I don't want to do that. But yeah, watch your tubs, guys. I'm looking up all these tubs, and like all of them are getting 4 stars or less, and even the 4 stars are riddled with cheap, cracked for no reason, came dented, came dinged, came this and that. It's like, it just baffles my mind. Can any company these days, can you make a good product? Other than your mom and pop businesses that actually try to put out good stuff, whether it's 3D printing or this or that and the other, can a big corporation, do they know how to make good shit anymore? Or is their entire total goal, and we know it is, but I'm just going to say it like this, is their entitled total goal just to make huge frickin' profits. Obviously, we know that's the goal, but it's ridiculous. Back in the day, I'm talking back in the 50s, the 60s, maybe even the 70s, the 80s, companies still started a business and wanted to put out a quality product for the value that they're giving it to you, right? They actually put in the time, the energy, and the effort to put out something that's going to hold up and last, and you're going to feel like you got what your money. And they still made money. Nowadays, we got these companies putting out a shitty product. They know it's a shitty product. Then they'll counter bad reviews with, "Oh, we're so sorry to hear this. That's not what we strive for. Please reach out to Dilly Dally at this email." And they never get back to you, or it's all for show. They keep putting out the same crap product, knowing it's a problem. It's all BS, guys, and that's why I hate buying new things. And that's why I will not buy anything that doesn't normally have a ton of good reviews, and I know it's a decent product for what it is. Unfortunately, I couldn't find very many choices of tubs in the price range I wanted to pay, which I still paid, figure $500 and some dollars, I should be able to get a good tub for $500, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, couldn't find anything. Had very little choices. And then I was going to go to Menards. I might go today and still just look to see, because the problem with what I did is I ordered it a day or 2 days ago now, and it's not even going to be here till February 3rd. He wanted to have the job done by the 30th of January. Plus, I want it done too because, I'd like to be able to use the bathroom and not run a half hour, 35 minutes away to use my buddy's shower, or pay for a hotel or whatever the case may be, right? So, I might go to Menards or Home Depot and what is in stock and look at those reviews. The problem with Menards is, I love Menards, but they don't have reviews set up for any of their products. You just got to buy it and hope it's good, and nowadays that sucks. I couldn't go on Amazon and look, same situation really, and their stuff was actually a little bit more expensive. I actually saved $159 on the exact same setup by going to Home Depot and ordering ship to store. I don't know why it even takes that long, because if it's available in a warehouse, why is it taking 10, 11 days? It's processing for 2 days. You charged my card, you took my money, process the damn thing, and get it on a truck. You know what I'm saying? Get it here. It shouldn't take that long to get to Home Depot. Even if it was in California, it should be here in 4 days. Anyways, that's a rant on that, but man, it takes way too damn long. Literally gonna take 13 days if it gets here on time. So yeah, anyways, guys, plus if there's a problem with it, I can go to Home Depot within minutes and return it, or say, get me a new one, or whatever I'm gonna do. If I got a big tub and shower and I put it in, it ain't working, or it cracks, or it is cracked or damaged before we even put it in, then I gotta ship it back to Amazon, and oh my god, it'd be a nightmare. So I'm not doing that. So yeah, I don't know. So I would like to just ride it out and let this product come in, just because it's got a couple, literally 2 good reviews. But that's all the reviews. So at least the first 2 are good. Who knows? I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to, we're selling the house. I got a realtor coming on Saturday just to, kind of talk us through the process, how much he thinks he can get for the house. And I got a few more things I got to tighten up, fixing the basement and all that. But, and we're doing it right. It's going to look great. We're just, I'll make a video about it, guys, why we're doing it. It's not just because we had this little flood. This isn't really the house's fault per se, right? Things are old. And we fixed most everything in plumbing, except we didn't think, and I didn't think about the sub pump, and should have, and it just, it is what it is. So anyways, guys, that should be coming in, but he should at least be able to frame everything in, frame the closet in. He's working on the floor more today. I'll take you back up there now that I'm got out of that. It's just kind of dusty in there. I think I'm going to he left that fan on. I don't know why he wanted it on. It's not, wet anymore, and there's really no reason to keep sucking dust up there. As you can see, all the dust up in that fan. So actually, I need to take a vacuum and clean that out. But anyways, you guys look at the floor. He's putting in, this is the piece he wedged in before we realized there was a lot more rot. As you can see, it's kind of getting into the 2x4. He's replacing this, and he's replacing this. So he's going to fix it. And then instead of wedging it, he's going to cut a big full piece because he doesn't want patches. So he's going to put in a big full piece And I do need to talk to him because I know some of this is superficial, but look at around the tub right here where obviously they let it leak, right? I'm going to, there's really hardly nothing behind there. I really do want this cut out. This is pretty black. It's not wet. I did my moisture test on it. It was 5%, so it's not wet. But it looks bad. You're not going to see it per se. So I don't know, guys. But he charged me for it. I mean, so if he charged me for it, I mean, I didn't tell him. I told him to replace the subfloor that's rotted and wet, and he charged me for that. And he's charging me $150 to go ahead and go this, to go even this far. So if he's going to go this far, that means ripping this floor out. So I'm not sure what's going on, actually. I told him I wanted it ripped out, the subfloor ripped out. I meant ripped out, right? So I'm sure we're going to be on two different pages. He's going to tell me that, well, this is superficial, it's still solid, you're not going to see it, yada, yada, yada. But I'm the type of person, guys, where I'm seeing that. That tells me there's been a flood here before, not on our watch, but with him. And that got through 4 layers, guys. They had to rip up 4 layers of fucking flooring. And the guy lived here for 42 years. So he knew this shit was happening, and he cleaned up the water and laid down a new fucking layer of flooring, instead of getting to the root of the problem and tearing up the bad. And that's why I'm dealing with it now. It pisses me off. Same with right here. It got so wet that it's black. You know what I mean? I don't like that. It is dry, but I mean, that's signs of deep damage and really kind of mold. I don't think it's growing mold anymore, but I don't know. I just don't like that. So, and the fact that I know he is putting in brand new flooring under the tub, even though it's not bad. And I do know this wedged in piece is no longer going to be there, because he even said he'd rather not have patchwork. He wants is one solid piece as he can. Not that it matters. He said the patchwork, if done right, is fine, but he would rather just do one piece. So I said, you know what? Scrap the $50 you spent, whatever. Just do it right. So if he's pulling all that actually out, then that means he should be also pulling this shit out too. So I want fresh new shit. Even though I'm not even going to be here, guys, we're selling the house. I just want to know I did the new people right, and I know it was done right. It'll make me feel better for the time we're here, and it'll make me feel confident that we did whoever's buying this house, I'm not screwing them over. Not that this is even a problem, guys. It's really probably not. It's just how I am, though. I have to do it the right way. So, with that being said, guys, here's exactly what everything looks like. To be honest with you, what's kind of funny, let me on pricing, okay? Let me tell you something. I'm going to turn this fan off, so you're not going to see it, but let me just talk to you for a minute about something. I'm learning as I'm doing things. I'm 41 years old. I mean, not like I'm an idiot, not like I haven't redone a house before and I know costs, but you're always learning, and you're learning different people, you're learning different companies. Let me sit back here in bed and talk to you for a minute. Contractors are funny, right? Every contractor is going to say they're giving you their best price. They're doing you good, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and Brent, my contractor, like the guy. I do. I like the guy. He does pretty good work, you know, but every contractor has their things. We sat there and we're trying to figure out the money and make sure it's not getting confusing and what am I being charged for, what am I not being charged for, so I can give the deposits and all this stuff. And, you know, he's like, you know, and I said, and I kind of joking, but kind of not, you know, like, hey, and don't forget about my, you know, return customer discount, haha, you know. And he's like, oh, that is the discount. I'm giving you a good price. He goes, any less, I wouldn't be making any money. Yeah, okay. So you're telling me you're coming in here making $100, or I mean, you're damn near splitting hairs trying to make a profit. Like, give me a break, guys. This entire job, the biggest part of it, he's charging $1,450 to install the tub, and I think and the plumbing. So $1,400. I guarantee you I can set that damn tub myself, and I can't even get my buddy plumber over here. I could do it cheaper. The problem is way cheaper, probably $700 to pay a buddy plumber to do it, you know. The problem is my contractor has already started working on the floor when we found the rot. He was just going, he cut out the rot, as you guys seen in that one piece that he put in, and then we were just going to trim out kind of the shittier looking edges, and it would, you wouldn't even know, it'd look fine, brand new floor. I got all that done for $1,870, okay? Material and labor and everything. That's replacing the trim, replacing the floor, and trimming out the tub in such a way that it looks like it's supposed to be and all that. Could have done that. Could have done that. Could have not done any of this at all. Had a working tub. It looked good enough. The side, I mean, nobody would have went in that bathroom and been thinking, oh, this is jacked up, okay? But again, as I said, I'm not that type of guy. I just can't do that. So we ripped it all out, and it's costing me money. So this total job is costing about, what, $56.62, okay? That is materials and everything, not counting $1,000 that I spent buying the tub and shower. So technically it's costing $6,440, but I'm not counting the tub and shower surround that I'm buying myself because I got to obviously buy a new shower. He's not going to cover that cost. Now that $5,600 and some dollars I'm telling you about, that is material, you know, that is the flooring material, that's his labor, it's like everything. Okay, now we had him quote us to gut the bathroom before we even knew there was a problem. Just the fact that we wanted a walk-in shower. We were going to have him build a closet. We were going to have him cut out space to that shower, make like a 4x3 stand-up walk-in shower, and then create a cabinet in the other space because we didn't think, we were told by the previous owner that there's ductwork all behind that wall and, you know, we couldn't do it. Well, look at what's happening. So he was going to charge us $8,500. That was going to include, you know, framing in a smaller shower, installing the shower, building in the closet, all new trim, ceiling and floor, all new floor, pulling and setting a toilet, whether it's new or the old one, didn't matter, same price. And then the only extras we were going to do is we were going to replace, not this door, but essentially the same door on the bathroom. It's the same one, a little smaller, 32-inch door compared to this bigger one. He was going to put a brand new door in, and then he was going to go ahead and pull this door that opens up, and he was going to put in a pocket door. So you don't have a door opening up into this room, that'd be the thing to do if we stayed here, do a pocket door. But all we'd be gaining, guys, for $8,500 is a pocket door and replacing 2 doors, okay? Which is pretty much all labor. I'd still have to buy the door, you know. Actually, I think the way he charges it, he would buy the door, but I think he said he charges $450 a door. So that's a new door, you know, unless you want some really crazy expensive door. We'd get a nice door, same as we put in downstairs, but, you know, it'd be on that price. So we're gaining for $6,440, I think it was 64 or 66. I'll say 66.20. That's the number that's stuck in my head. That's all in. Buying everything, material, the shower, buying the liner, all that stuff, okay? No, it's like 64 because I factored in, it was going to be, if you factored it in for $2,000 more dollars, obviously he's not thinking of it like this, and we didn't know this was how it was going to happen. But essentially for paying about $2,000 more, $2,100 more, the only thing we're gaining is a pocket door, a new door coming in, new trim, which there's not much trim in that bathroom. I think that's it, guys. Because he's still building the closet. We're still able to keep our 5-foot space for a full shower. It's just still in a bathtub, you know, instead of a walk-in. And we're still getting the closet done. Like, we're getting everything we want. So yeah, I mean, I guess, so if we'd have had him do this for $8,500 right off the get-go, we actually, by piecing it out, by only thinking we're going to do the floor and then found rot and it kind of led one thing into another, he ended up giving me a better price. Yes, he's doing less work, but putting in a couple of doors new frames and all. So it's literally you're gonna pop out. You're gonna unscrew this. You're gonna pop this door out. The other one's gonna set right in. You're gonna shim it in. You're gonna throw some nails in the sides. Bam. Not difficult, guys. Yes, it's work and all that. I'm not saying it's going to be 100% easy, but it's not, $2,000, $2,100 hard. The hardest part would probably be doing that pocket door, but even that, you're going to pop off the trim, you're going to take the door off, you're going to pull the frame. There's already going to be space right behind there. Maybe he has to move a stud. I don't even think he'd have to do that. Put in your little runner track up top. Put in your pocket door that's already pre-built, and bam. You know what I'm saying? Definitely glad the way we went. $2,100, not worth a couple other extra things that we're going to not even do now, right? If we're selling the house, people can live with, yeah, it's got some old doors. Okay, replace a couple doors. They're getting essentially an 80% redone bathroom. All new plumbing, only within a couple years old. Brand new faucets, a couple years old. Brand new plumbing underneath. Brand new plumbing in the shower. Now even newer because he's actually got to run new plumbing. So new plumbing in the shower. Brand new tub shower combo. That's going to look great and last him years. Brand new 100% waterproof 30-year residential warranty on vinyl plank flooring that's 20 mils thick. You guys ever get vinyl plank? Don't get the bullshit low special. 7 millimeters, 10 millimeters. That shit's going to scratch. I've had it before. They'll call it life proof. Don't buy that life proof garbage because it's not life proof, guys. It is going to scratch easily. They'll go and take a knife and show you and shit. I'm telling you, normal conditions, you drag a chair or you whatever, it's going to scratch. I guarantee you. Get a 20 mil, go for a commercial grade or a company that does like a 30-year crazy warranty. Whether they actually will be around that long to cover it, the fact that they're willing to even do it is a good thing. 20 mils, the thickest rated thickness you can get so that it's a thick, heavy duty, can handle, the wear and tear. Anyway, so yes, that's what we're putting in the bathroom. Yes, old cabinet. It's oak wood. It's built better than some of the crap I'm going to buy to replace it. I'm going to sand it down. Things you probably can't do with some of this MDF shit or skin stuff. I'm going to sand it down. I'm going to put a nice fresh coat of white paint on it. I'm going to put some handles and some new hinges. And I believe one drawer needs some new poles or new slides put on it. And bam. Then if they want to, new owners, they can cut the top off. They can rip it out for all I care, but they can cut a new top on for $400 or $500, have a brand new top and a completely brand new bathroom. Even if they wanted to rip out the trim and retrim it, they got a nice bathroom. Everything functioning, working good, no rot, no problems. So that's huge in a home. So that's where we're at, guys, with that. This video went for a long one, but just wanted to talk it through and continue to show you the process and as we're going. And I hope you all take care and have a good day.